Should you skip the 9th anniversary for the 10th? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. So several of you guys have asked me to kind of talk about this, right? There's this ongoing kind of discussion as we approach the 9th anniversary on Global Dokkan. As of now, we are about 19 days away from the start of the anniversary, and there's been much discussion about whether or not you should skip the anniversary altogether. After all, the anniversary will the big thing is about the anniversary units returning possibly sooner than they normally would for us on Global, as we are supposedly about to sync. And so I wanted to take some time to talk about that, and why I don't think that that's such a good idea. And I'm going to lead this discussion with an overview of Beast Gohan's kit, just to kind of frame your mind about what we're talking about when we say skip 9th anniversary. So let's start here with his leader skill. So he is Bond, Master and Disciple, Superheroes, and Miraculous Awakening. HP attack and defense 170 with an additional 200% to Entrusted Will and Movie Heroes. It is a very powerful category, right? Superheroes itself by itself is an extremely powerful category. Add in Bond and Master and Disciple gives you access to a lot of good hybrid Saiyan units that would work well on his team that aren't necessarily on superheroes, as well as Miraculous Awakening, obviously giving him access to other characters that would work well for him as well, like, well, I guess they would also be on Bond, Master and Disciple, like, you know, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or Tech Ultimate Gohan or something like that, right? It just all around a pretty good leader skill. Now he has 3 super attacks, right? He has his 12 key, which greatly raises attack and raises defense for the turn, right? So he's an infinite attack stacker. He greatly raises attack on his 18 key as well, but raises defense for 4 turns. And on his unit super, he will greatly raise attack as well, and raises defense for 4 turns. However, he will also raise all allies' chance of performing a critical hit by 20% for a turn, and disables the enemy's action. And that simply is activated as long as there is a Piccolo attacking in the same turn. So, right, I mean, you're probably running Orange Piccolo on his team. It's an easy activation. Now into his passive skill. He activates an entrance animation once only and gives him key 8 and chance of performing a critical hit 40%, and reduces damage received by 40% for 4 turns from the character's entry turn. He gets key 3 and attack and defense 250% and guards all attacks, and an additional attack 50% when attacking. He has a chance of performing a critical hit 20% and when key is 24, and an additional defense 80% and reduces damage received by 20% when key is 24 when receiving an attack. He also gets key 1 per key sphere obtained. He launches an additional super attack and all allies key 3 self-excluded within the same turn after receiving an attack. He also gets key 1 up to 5 within the same turn. He also his attack and his chance of performing a critical hit is 20% with each attack received. He also has an additional chance of performing a critical hit 20% and additional damage reduction, and all allies key 2 starting from the turn in which these perform the 5th attack or receives the 8th attack in battle. So, I mean, more or less looking at that, by himself, he is nearly invincible for most of the fight. By the time his entrance passive runs out, he's built up a crap ton of damage reduction as well as critical hit. And of course, you will have been using his 18 key and his unit super, so you'll have also been building his attack. He is near unkillable. Combine that with the easy A's of the 6-year LRs and his very effective target skill. This guy is unkillable. Looking at that target skill, speaking of, right, he can activate it after he receives attack on the very next turn, so it can be used in long or short fights. He has key, it gives him 24 key and defense 158%, and he intercepts all enemies' attacks and guarantees critical hits for the turns, right? So it basically, all attacks aside from AoE attacks are focused on him for the turn. It is very powerful. It's a really good rotation protector if you need to get things set up, right? Maybe somebody got locked, maybe somebody got sealed that didn't need to be sealed. It's a good way to kind of help recover yourself or protect the rotation if need be, right? So really amazing skill. Now imagine running 2 of them on a team. You have 2 unkillable rotations nearly. Add on to that, one of the best members of his team, aside from the 6-year LR EZAs, is this guy right here. Now we're not going to go over to this full passive, but I'm just going to mention that he also has a taunt once transformed into Gogeta Blue. That target skill does the same thing. Only his difference is it is guarantee evasion, so he won't even take the attack at all. He'll take 0 damage from it. Another great option for his team is, of course, this crazy amount of superhero support that the Gammas bring, right? They're not, we're not going to go too in detail about them here. Just understand that these guys, not only do they have a powerful nuke for a finisher move, they also are giving a crazy amount of support to the superheroes team, right? It's like it's 50%, right, plus what they're doing once in standby, and then plus even more once they're once you exit standby and you go into just the Gamma 1. Like it's crazy what they actually allow the characters on the superhero team doing. There's also Broly, who is part of the anniversary, and with all of the buffs that the Super Bosses team has received, has skyrocketed in value. He is one of the strongest hitting characters in the game, bar none. While Beast Gohan may be, he is powerful, don't get me wrong, quite defensive. Broly is the opposite in that he is all out offense, all right, with enough defense to support it, mind you, right? This dude will decimate anything that is in front of him. If you've seen what Cell Max can do, Broly can do it better. So I show you all of this, I tell you all of this to tell you that I don't think it is a good idea to be skipping the anniversary, to be skipping these characters, right? The next celebration after Global is going to be a filler DFE celebration. We have no idea what August is in store for us, but it's not going to be as hype as the anniversary, right? So we already know that's a guaranteed skip for most players. Following that, right, is the worldwide celebration. So last year's worldwide celebration was the Beyond Space and Time campaign, and many people said that they were going to skip anniversary for this, and a lot of people are saying the same thing now, skipping for worldwide or possibly skipping all the way to the 10th anniversary. Right? Now, when you look at the campaign, the campaign had a whole lot going on. In part 1, they released the AGL Vegito and the Tech Zamasu in part 1 as a dual Dokkan Fest. And then in part 2, we got this guy and the STR Gohan as a dual Carnival, right? And looking now, not to say that the Blue Boys are bad or anybody on their banner is bad. They're not by any means. They still have pretty good value, but you can tell when you compare the gap between the worldwide units and this year's anniversary units is so far and away. So if you skip Gohan or say the worldwide units, you could possibly find yourself in a situation where the worldwide units aren't quite up to snuff to even compare to the 9th year LRs such as Beast Gohan. Combine that with the fact that, right, this is a 2-month period between July and September when whatever our worldwide celebration this year is going to be. I don't know, Tournament of Power themed or Namek Saga themed, or who knows what it could be, fusions, right? Whatever it is, right? That's a 2-month period, right? So it sounds like you may not have enough, but remember that anniversary will give you 1,000 stones, and this celebration itself is going to give you over 1,000 stones. Now, talking about waiting until the 10th anniversary, right? That is a 6-month period, right? You skip out on this, because when you look at, right, the argument is, you know, you look at Beast Gohan banner, well, those worldwide units are going to be there. Beast Gohan, previous anniversary LR, he's going to be there too. Why would I spend stones when I can just wait till a synced banner? Well, this assumes that that synced banner is going to happen in January, or at the end of January, in February, for both versions. As of this moment, we don't know for sure that that is going to happen. And I know it sounds like a good idea to give yourself as many stones, right? But currently, the path that Global has shown to full sync has said that we are going to have this happen by summertime, end of summer. Nothing Global has done at this point has helped make that possible. In fact, we're even further behind than we were when they initially announced it, due to just the way they initially planned LRs, where we're actually 2 yellow coin LRs behind, which is not good. We just got the first with Ginyu as of me recording this video. We literally just got him today, and now we have no idea when they can slot in Cell Max. So really, it's a tough thing to say wait till the 10th anniversary, because now you are essentially missing the most dominant unit of the game, including other members of his team, right? The Gammas, Broly, and Gogeta, although Broly's not on his team, but Broly is still very dominant, right? You're spending 6 months of the year essentially not playing the game, right? They turn the game on its head, right? There are some missions in that Supreme Battle Spectacle that are nigh uncompletable without these guys, and to spend 6 months ignoring everything on the possibility that they might show up again on the 10th anniversary, to me, it just doesn't seem like good. It doesn't seem like you're really taking the time to enjoy the game. You're gonna get those stones back. Whatever stones you spend here on whichever anniversary you're after, you will get back by the end of the anniversary, right? The anniversary will give you 1,000 stones. Worldwide will give you 1,000 stones. Every month between now and then will give you roughly 250 to 300 stones, including Tanabata, which will likely still be in November, because again, like I said, there's just no way they can sync it up properly now. So at least that celebration is still going to be out of the way. And we have no guarantees right now that our anniversary will be in January. It might, but it also might not. We don't know as of yet. And I would hate to see anyone skip out on this great celebration in the hopes that we do actually celebrate both anniversaries for JP and Global in February. I just don't think it's a good idea. I think everybody should have a chance to enjoy the anniversary and enjoy these units for the next several months until the 10th anniversary, because who knows, right? If the power creep goes the way it did with the 9th anniversary, who knows? Beast Gohan may not even be good enough by 10th anniversary, and then you've lost out completely on utilizing these units, right? I don't want to say that'll happen, but you never know. Power creep is weird sometimes. So, guys, I know I rambled on a bit, but that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know, are you actually considering skipping for the 10th anniversary? I'm not judging you if you do. I completely understand why you would want to, but I just want you guys to have a little bit of fun here for the next couple of months until then also. But let me know what your plans are in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.